What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic dropping the video for WrestleMania 37 Night 2. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and also the C3 Wrestling channel as well. Let's get into it. I have my phone with me because I didn't feel like writing a lot for WrestleMania. It's 4 hours. Jesus Christ. One thing I've noticed was obvious the fake cheering for Hulk Hogan. And even like it was a couple of drop spots between Titus and Hulk, and then it was just like they just left the cheer button on or whatever like that, and it was like it flushed a lot of the stuff out, and it was just like, you know, just let it be natural. You get confused on if the fans were actually cheering or if it was fake. You know, a lot of people didn't care about Hulk Hogan. Some did. I can't speak for everybody, but you know, some of us feel a certain way about Hulk Hogan. Going into the first match, on my Facebook and even on the shorts on my YouTube, I said, what the heck is going on with this match? Okay, The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes out. I thought it was going to be somewhat of a cinematic match. It was going to be a regular match. So I was like, okay, we're probably going to be in trouble, because y'all know how I feel about Bray Wyatt's wrestling skills. So Randy Orton comes out first. He has dope gear. Orton is being Orton, imitating he was about to fall like Mandy Rose did or AJ Styles did on the ramp. That was funny. Alexa Bliss comes out, but before that they're like doing the package. I'm like, dog, y'all do the package over and over and over. Not just this match. It's like, y'all could cut it in half now. Like, we want to see wrestling. Alexa Bliss comes out, looks different. I'm like, yeah, whatever, sure. She does the big Jack in the Box thing. Before that, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm tired. The Fiend heals himself from the burn marks. So when he rises from the Jack in the Box, he has a star with the circle. You know, it represents the pentagram, but it's right side up, right? And his mask is a little bit different. It's a little bit altered. You know, it looks like he lost some weight again. As soon as he jumps on Randy Orton, the bell rings, which I thought was very funny. He was no-selling a lot of Randy Orton's moves. Randy Orton, he gave him a couple DDTs. He didn't sell it. He gave him a back. He gave him a side slam on the announce table. He didn't sell it. He only sold a couple times. I did like that he did a couple of Brody Lee, Luke Harper moves. Yeah, and also the hand thing. That was a touching tribute. A lot of us really thought that The Fiend was going to get his comeuppance with this match, and I was like, I felt the match was too long already. Like, I thought it was just going to be like a couple moves and that's it. Thought it was funny that The Fiend hulked up at one point while Randy Orton was attacking him, and then to me, I felt the match was a little lazy, to be honest with you guys. And then the end where Randy Orton was about to do an RKO. Fiend blocks it, gives him the mandible claws, about to give him the Sister Abigail. The glitching start happening, and Alexa Bliss has all kind of black fluid or whatever dripping down her face or whatever like that. Fiend looks at it, reaches out to her, she reaches out to him. Randy Orton RKO, 1, 2, 3. After that he leaves, and they all disappear. This match gets a 3 out of 10 to me. I don't know what was going on with that. Like, regardless of how I feel about The Fiend or Alexa Bliss's character, this was like the opportune time for him to actually win and do something with it. Like I said, you could only do so much with a cinematic match, but the fact that this was actually a legit match and the way it ended, wow. Now, a lot of people, and myself included, I am known to say, wait till the story plays out. But when you these dudes spent thousands, probably even millions of dollars for this dude outfit, the pyro, Alexa Bliss, the funhouse, the editing. You spent all of this money, and y'all did that for a match. Now, I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes, but is this dude in trouble for something? Like, wow, you guys spent all this for that match. And then for it to be the opener. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't know what goes on from here. I'm not even curious. No offense to The Fiend and nobody involved, but wow, man, that was a bad decision. It's a crime to me that Bayley was not booked at all to wrestle. I thought it was also a crime she was ranked, is it number 10 or 11 in the women wrestling list for WWE. it was just a crime, man. I just want to say that. There was a joke about Hulk Hogan talking about getting on the boat with Eric Bischoff, and on my Facebook page, one guy said, "Titus, you better not get on that boat." That was funny. I thought I should bring that up. The tag team women's match was Natalya and Tamina versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. One thing I want to say is I'm big on people matching gear. Natalya and Tamina didn't have it. And then Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler comes out and they have matching gear. I liked it. But what it was, I enjoyed this match. This match was very good. I thought it was dope that Tamina got a lot of crowd reaction. A lot of people was cheering for Tamina. They were chanting for her. No shit, that felt good. You know, a lot of us know that she has not acquired a title since being called up to WWE. I believe she had a title match against Caitlyn years ago, but came up short. So I thought that was pretty good. I thought the match was pretty solid. Like I said before, Tamina kind of reminds me of Jazz with the intensity and even like the moveset. Nia Jax cursed at Tamina, and the censor person was like super late. I was just like, oh, somebody's going to get fired. Baszler has grown on me as well. I think the residue of being Ronda Rousey's friend, that hit me hard. I'm not even going to lie. But she has grown on me. The way she does the joint manipulation, the way she does her part, she does it well. So I like her. Like, she does a very good job as the character that she plays. So I also wanted to say that and be honest about that. When they were building up Tamina to body slam Nia Jax, and she did it as if it was a Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant moment, it looked bad. I don't know if it was Tamina's fault or Nia Jax's fault, but it looked bad. It reminded me of Sting. Sting used to have a signature called the Death Drop, and I remember it was like a half body slam, and it looked stupid. And I remember he did it to the Big Show, and it looked bad. And that's what it reminded me of. It was like a half body slam. Look it up on YouTube. The finish saw Nia Jax getting put in a sharpshooter by Natalya because Nia was selling her knee. And then Baszler comes out of nowhere and chokes Natalya out while Natalya low-key still had Nia Jax in the sharpshooter. Like I said, it was a good match. I really thought that Natalya and Tamina were going to win. They did a great job with protecting and also having that unpredictable. I give it a 8 out of 10 actually. I really did enjoy that match, and kudos to all performers. I think this was the best tag match that Nia and Shayna have had together since being a tag team, and we're going from there. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens with Logan Paul. I think that's his name, Jacob. Logan Paul. He just sat there, crowd booed him, didn't really care for him. Didn't really need him in the match, didn't really need him sitting down. You can tell he was there for a paycheck. Like I said, I knew that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was going to deliver. It doesn't matter how many times. I don't think I'll ever get bored of them guys facing each other. If they do a best of 7, best of 5, whatever, I never get tired of it. Kevin Owens showed what you're supposed to do, especially when you're coming back to a crowd. He was hyping them up, kicking the ropes, and everybody was just excited that you got a Kevin Owens chant, you got a KO chant. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work the crowd. Like, he's happy to see them, and they're happy to see him as well. So that love is reciprocated. I thought that he did a great job doing that, from coming down the arena, the ramp, and then also going into the ring. So I also thought that was good. These guys put on a wrestling clinic. It was very physical between both of them. Oh my goodness. Sami Zayn with that brain buster on the apron. That's the hardest part of the ring. That was crazy. Michael Cole messing up, calling the Michinoku driver the Blue Thunder Bomb was funny, and then had to renege and say when he actually did the Blue Thunder Bomb was good. Like I said, it was a great back and forth. Kevin Owens' moveset, it's up there. It's just a very unique moveset, and I like it. I love his frog splash and everything. At first I had Kevin Owens winning, and then he was actually the victor. But there was a moment I was like, oh my goodness, Sami Zayn might actually win this. But then Kevin Owens, he gave him a couple super kicks and then gave him the stunner for the win. After that, Logan Paul comes out, Sami's mad at him, blah, 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 blah. We knew that the stunner was coming. Good thing that it happened. I'm going to give the match a 8.5 out of 10. And I'm only going to do that because they really didn't need Logan Paul. It's not even their fault. It was a great match. Going into the next match is Riddle versus Sheamus. But before that, Riddle had an awkward promo with the Great Khali. I don't know if it was some spots missed. I don't know. RVD comes out. Everybody loves RVD. He has rolling papers. You know that they are happy to have people back when they actually let him promote his rolling papers. The moment for Rob Van Dam's name was ruined when Riddle did it with him. Riddle can wrestle. It's just his character is just funny to me. Anyway, going into the match, Sheamus versus Riddle, excuse me, for the title. Riddle didn't really have a special interest, neither did Sheamus. I thought Riddle low-key could have just came and drove on a golf cart the size and the shape of one of his flip-flops or something, and that would have been something, not just the Evel Knievel jacket. Yeah, I think he should have just had he should have just rolled down on a skateboard that looked like a flip-flop or something. You know, he kicked his flip-flops up and then the birds came out of his, you know what, whatever you want to say. Outside of that, this match was very physical, very intense. They did not hold back on each other. Riddle did a flipping top rope belly to belly to Sheamus. Sheamus was just being Sheamus. I love Sheamus. I'm sorry, y'all. That dude has been showing you guys since 2021 what started that he's nothing to play with. But I liked it when he debuted and he beat Cena in a tables match. Like, this guy is very good. Riddle kicked out of the Brogue kick. I was just like, okay, we'll see where it goes from here. I really thought Matt Riddle was going to win this. Sheamus was about to do a white noise off the top, but he was on the second rope, and he would have to climb on top to do it. He tried it. He knew he wasn't safe. He actually got down off the ropes and hit it. I commend him for that. I know it's going to be on Botchamania, and you can call it a botch or what, but he did not want to hurt himself or Matt Riddle. We are performers at the end of the day. A lot of people need to take notes. Riddle does a moonsault and eats the nastiest Brogue kick I have ever seen. Wow. And that was the end of the match. I'm going to give this match an 8.5 out of 10 as well. I thought the match was very good. Sheamus being victorious, that was a shocker. I really thought that Riddle was going to win. But like I said, it was a very entertaining match. Big E versus Apollo, the Nigerian drum matches, and they had a lot of Nigerian drums, and they had a gong, which was a Nigerian. Wale performed. You know, Wale's a big fan. I like both of the guys' gear. It was pretty good. I missed some of it because I had to bring my dog into the house. What I did get was the crowd loved Big E because that's where he's from. You gotta love that. They didn't hold back neither. It was a lot of spots that, like I said, I missed. But what I've seen, these guys were showing intensity. Like, they started off swinging kendo sticks at each other and stuff like that. Man, Apollo took a lot of bumps. My goodness. Going to the finish, Apollo tries to put Big E through a table. Big E moves. Apollo goes through it. Big E picks him up, gives him the big ending. We're like, oh my God, Big E's going to win again. Then I forgot his name, Babakato. I know I'm saying it wrong. He comes out, attacks Big E, and then puts Apollo on top for the win. After that, Apollo forgets that he went through so much stuff and was just talking trash, not selling nothing. I'm going to give this match an 8 out of 10 from what I saw. I'll rewatch it, the rest of what I missed, and then I'll see. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Curious to see where it goes. I actually like the finish because you can always say that Apollo couldn't beat Big E clean. He had to have help. And basically this was a no disqualification match, and this was the best opportunity to get the belt to him, to make both of them look strong, to even make Big E look strong, and Apollo to be a tactic. I don't know about the jacket though. The jacket was a little bit generic looking, but decent match. Next match is Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. We get the video package that took too long. Rhea Ripley, the performer of her song, performed all of it in its entirety. And man, that was a long entrance, man. Even Rhea started singing. Asuka comes out. I thought she was gonna have like a special something. Like, I don't, to my knowledge, I haven't seen her have like a special entrance to WrestleMania. I believe this was her fourth one. Oh man, I was a little bummed with that. Rhea's blocking of strikes is too obvious to me. Like, she doesn't do this or this. Like, she does this. So it's like you don't really see connection. It happened twice when Asuka was outside, and then I believe it was a kick that Asuka was throwing. It's kind of distracting to me. Both of them had great exchanges. I kind of think the pacing was off because you were trying to have Rhea Ripley be the obvious bully because she was tall. She didn't think much of Asuka storyline wise. It was just a little off because you're so used to Asuka doing it, I guess. It just felt like they didn't mesh that well, in my opinion. I'm just saying. I will say that Rhea Ripley's riptide to Asuka was pretty good. I didn't see it coming, and that's all it took for her to be the victor. And also the new Raw Women's Champion. Sorry about that. All I could think about was, man, poor Asuka. Besides that, if I had to give it, I also give this match a 8 out of 10. Like I said, it could have been gelled a little bit smoother, my opinion, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Rhea Ripley. I knew that they were going to put the rocket on her back, and we'll see where it goes. Now you're the champion of the flagship show, so congrats to that. Going into the main event, I'm going to try to skim through it because it was a lot. It was a feel-good moment to see all three guys who we thought we might have never seen in the ring actually be in the ring together. With that being said, I didn't really care about Daniel Bryan being in the third wheel in it, even though I love Daniel Bryan. Jey Uso did a wonderful job of trying to take out everybody when he could. Excuse my washing machine, it's because it's getting louder. I thought it was very good. It was a very good match between all three guys. I thought it was funny when Edge gave Jey the executioner off the steel steps. It was like 2 seconds later, people just came and walked him to the back. That was funny to me. The spear collision between Edge and Roman Reigns, that looked sick. It really looked like both of them were hurt. The Roman sucks chance. I knew I was going to hear something, but man, they were letting him know he had it. So that means that Roman Reigns was doing a wonderful job what he was supposed to do before fans could even get in. So you could just tell that people was hating, didn't like this guy, and we're not supposed to. So that was good. The crossface that Edge gave Roman Reigns with the chair part was dope. And then as soon as Roman almost tapped, Daniel Bryan stops his arm and puts him in the yes lock, and then it's a headbutt exchange between Edge and Daniel Bryan. Very good. I think this match was polished. It was decent. It heated up more in the half, though. I think the first part, it was just like, okay, be here, be here, be here, be here. Spot, spot, spot. I thought Edge was going to win after he speared Roman, but then Daniel Bryan pulled the referee. And then it goes to the spots with the concerto. Eventually, Edge hits Daniel Bryan with it. Then Jey stops Edge, and then Edge spears him, and then Roman spears Edge and gives him the concerto, and then puts him on top for the win. Roman Reigns wins. The head of the table is still the head of the table. The match was decent. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, it started a little bit slow. It didn't start slow. I think it started a little bit cluttered, and then I think it heated up at the end. Very good. Like I said, I think they did great with WrestleMania. Good. Let's say they did good with WrestleMania this year. There was a couple of things that I would have did a little bit different, but it's the #1 company. Everybody's going to watch it. To me, I thought that Sasha and Bianca was the best match this weekend out of the two shows. But a strong second would be that triple threat match. Or Cesaro and Seth Rollins. Or maybe, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I take it back. As I think about it, they are both nights did great. My favorite was Bianca versus Sasha, but they all did. It was a lot of great matches, but it was also like, man, that didn't make sense at all. Like, this is crazy. So, WrestleMania is wrapped up. This is Chris Classic. I hope you guys enjoyed my reviews and recaps. A lot of subscribers are coming in for them. Thank you guys. Thank you for giving me some time. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.